Hey guys, I am backpacker toll today. I've got my camelback filled with crushed ice, and we've walked quite a few uh, kilometers today because it's a very big day for the game. Randomly, I kind of like that they don't tell us this, but it seems like 80% of the nests out there, nests being places where you can pretty much count on a certain Pokemon always spawning, have just completely up and shifted numerically down on the Pokedex list. So places that had Dratini now have Eevee. Places that had Tentacool, like the location I'm in, is now a pretty good place to find Abra. Although, of course, now that I'm sitting here and I hit record, the Abra have all run away, as they do. But to date, there has not been a change of this scale for the game yet. And so we've been out all day today running around to the different nests trying to see, what the changes were. Even in our local neighborhood, there are some Pokemon spawning that weren't before. There was an Onyx location that was in our own neighborhood, and that Onyx location is now a Seal location, which is kind of cool because I don't have Dugong yet, but at the same time, the Dratini nests drying up is a really big deal. There were a lot of people fighting over Dratini nests, not wanting to share the locations, not wanting to, some of the places you had to hop the fence to get in, or kind of like follow behind another car to get through private gates and stuff. So Dratini farming was kind of a point of contention, and then out of the blue, the Dratini nests have shifted down to be Eevee nests. So I do feel kind of guilty as being somebody that has a couple of Dragonites. Yeah, so a lot of those nests and a lot of those things are changing. So the best thing that you can do to stay connected to kind of what the nests are in your area and what the the new spawns and whatnot. One, you can look at old lists. There's a pretty good, so there's a couple Abras, or at least one Abra popping up here, where there used to be Tentacruel. We're here at Live Oak Park, which is really pretty during the day, but as you can see, we've been hanging out here into the wee hours. There is a list breakdown. So the guy, Pulsive Silver, I hope I'm not butchering that. Pulsive Silver is the guy on the Silph Road subreddit that discovered that the nests have changed, and he's kind of found a list. A lot of the Charmander nests are still Charmander nests, but the Bulbasaur nests have not gone backwards on the list as far as how what they've changed to. But you can see where there were Dratini nests, there are now Eevee nests. So Eevee, Vaporeon has always been very good, but definitely disappointing for a lot of people who hadn't gotten their Dragonite yet, especially the folks who are close. There just doesn't seem to be a new location yet. I'm really hoping that we just haven't found it yet. But as it stands now, where there were Onyx, there are now Seal or Doduo. Where there were Ponyta, they're now Bellsprout. It doesn't mean that you won't find Ponyta still in random spawns and things like that. But we're talking about nests. We're talking about places where there was a very consistent spawn. If you always saw Paris at a park near your house, now you're going to see Oddish and Jigglypuff there. Vulpix is now a Clefairy nest, so that could be good if you're trying to get a Clefable, because I know that some folks have a hard time getting that. But it also looks like a lot of the Squirtle nests are now Charmander nests. So hopefully the Squirtle nests near you, it looks like some of the Caterpie nests are now Squirtle nests, and people are still kind of mapping out exactly which is which is a great reason to stay connected to the Silph Road, and so you can see their the maps and the all that kind of stuff as they update it. But the big picture here is that a lot of the lists that we were relying on before this update, it wasn't an update you had to download or anything like that. This is all done behind the scenes for the server. But the credit goes to Pulsive Silver from the Silph Road subreddit, who really broke this, and you can see they all dug into the research to figure out what was where, and eventually they determined that the spawns shifted just kind of down on the list. So what was 32 Nidoran was then 29 or 27, so it just kind of went down a little bit, which you'd think, some people have been making the joke, does that mean that everything will be a Bulbasaur spawn eventually? And I really hope that's not the case. because the Bulbasaurs that spawn on the nest are not very good. But yeah. All right, so that was a quick edit, and definitely a first for me. I have now been, this is what, the third episode of the damn show, and I just got notified by the cops that the park I'm at closed about 90 minutes ago. So I have to wrap this up somewhat quickly before I get hauled off in handcuffs. But long story short, yes, the nests have moved. The shift is generally, down a few steps on the Pokedex number set, and we're not sure if in the future. It's kind of cool again that Niantic isn't telling us what's going on, because then we're not, we're not all living off of the same, where we already always know, all the details about everything that's coming. But in this case, we are kind of in uncharted waters. So I think that's cool. And then secondly, I did kind of get a little bit of ooh. I told you they were Aber here. The game has been updated as well in another really big way. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to discuss this tonight, but the Silph Road team has done all the research, and by no means am I, taking credit for the research. A lot of my friends that are also on the research team were part of the data mining, and they do amazing fast work, and they updated the site. Let's see if I can catch him before. All right. So aside from the nests changing, go to the silphroad.com/research, and all of the moves you might notice, and I can show you really quick in the game. If you notice before, a move like Hyper Beam did 60 damage, and now Hyper Beam does 120 damage. Steel Wing now does 15, and as a lot of people were complaining about, Water Gun now only does 6, I think down from 10, and that was one of the king moves because of how strong Vaporeon was. So across the board, the move damage has changed. So if you go to the silphroad.com/research, he's got, the whole team and seeing this stuff come together is so cool. But they did all the research tonight to get all the updated move DPS math, right? So then depending on the attack speed of the attack, everything's been updated here. So go to the silphroad.com/research, click on moves in the list, and you can check out all the stats by species, things that earn XP, what is required and what you get for each trainer level, and then an IV rater. But now you can see quick moves based on the final DPS now that everything has been updated. And so you can go down and see the charge moves, and you can go down and see the quick moves as well. So very, very cool. And what I absolutely love, especially because this is mobile friendly, the ability to pull up these moves and see, okay, wait, Psycho Cut, who can earn that? Oh, so Kadabra and Alakazam, that's fantastic. So now I know if I collect an Alakazam, I'm hoping that he has Psycho Cut because that's the highest DPS set before Zen Headbutt, but he can't learn that one. So then the next one would probably be Confusion for Alakazam. So 9.93 DPS versus 12.28. So definitely, if you have an Alakazam, you want to get Psycho Cut, and this list and the mobile-friendly features helps you figure out which ones. But check your Pokemon. You'll see that the moves that you maybe thought were not very good. For me, for example, Steel Wing, both of my Dragonite have Steel Wing, and now they do 11.28 DPS. The quick attacks have had their DPS reduced, and the charge attacks have had their DPS increased. And a lot of moves that were super low DPS are now doing a lot better. So I've been getting my butt kicked where normally I'd do a lot better and burn a lot faster. So I've been spending a lot of potions because a lot of stuff is hitting a lot harder today. But I also, a lot of my moves that I was worried about are hitting a lot harder too. So it does balance out. The meta overall is a lot more fair, and I'm extremely excited to see that the Silph Road is already updated that. So again, the silphroad.com slash research. And again, as far as the nests updating, I want to give full credit to Pulsive Silver for doing the legwork and building the list and everything. So if you guys appreciate the information you learn, whoa, oh, that's cool. Look at that. I can break it. I can break it. It moves. If you guys appreciate the information that you learn, please like the video and subscribe, and we'll keep bringing you Pokemon Go tips every day. Thanks.